Alright, so let's be real, you're probably not as big as Seth Rossi. I've been trying to be as big as Seth Rossi for like 7 years now, and I can't even get there. But you might be a hard-working mother and want a high-stim pre-workout. Let's talk about 7th Gear, the high-stim option from Axe Sledge, and what it can do for you.
Welcome to PricePlow.
So Axe Sledge has a large range of different products, which I kind of appreciate because they have no stim pre-workouts, mid stims, and this extreme stim, as well as other things to add in, like their demo day you can add into your pre-workout. We talked about their homemade last month, which really established what to expect from Axe Sledge on a manufacturing standpoint, because we talked about the transparency, the quality of proteins and carbohydrates that come from it. 7th Gear is going to be no different. I trust them because I understand the background of manufacturing that one of the owners has, and they can understand actually how testing, manufacturing, blending, all these things go in, and they actually have a pretty good product here. I've been pretty impressed with the quality of all of them, especially like hydraulic and demo day. The fact that they don't clump up is pretty impressive. So jumping right into the panel on 7th Gear, we start out with some pretty rudimentary stuff, but important stuff to have in your pre-workout. Beta-alanine at 3,200 milligrams is the given dosage. Some people are gonna ask, why didn't they use carnosine? Well, if you test out carnosine at 100% pure, it doesn't really matter where it comes from. It's not like KSM66, a version of ashwagandha that has specific constituents that are extracted. This is just a pure compound that beta-alanine is just gonna be pure there. As long as the testing is in place, as long as the manufacturing SOPs are followed, I trust it with the brand name. Beta-alanine is going to help you with your endurance as well as strength. There are a bunch of cool studies showing that as long as you are saturated, which is about 179 grams, I think it is, it's going to increase your time to exhaustion with sets. It's also going to increase your strength, which we saw some cool studies in, like, I think it was this leg extension on the bench press they used as markers. Overall, beta-alanine is just an important ingredient to be taken on a daily basis. Some people don't like it because you have to saturate your body. Some people don't like it because of the feeling that it comes with the tingliness, but I don't really mind the tingles personally. I think that the benefits are worth the paresthesia that comes with it. Moving forward into betaine anhydrous, it is also known as trimethylglycine sometimes. It can help out with a lot of different things. It is a precursor to creatine in the body, so it's going to help bring water into the muscle. It's going to help power output. Betaine is really helpful in a lot of different ways. Ideally, I like to see it at 2,500 milligrams. 2 grams here, it's not the end of the world that it's missing 500 milligrams. I wish there was a little bit more. But this pre-workout, anecdotally, I have great experiences with, so I'm not gonna bitch about it. Now here's another ingredient that we do not see very often, coming from Albion Minerals, creatine magnipower. It's a magnesium creatine chelate. Got 1.5 grams of it here. This is pretty cool because not only is it a source of creatine, but it's also a source of magnesium, which I and a lot of other informed individuals believe that most athletes are deficient in. Magnesium is something that can really help out a lot of athletes, from muscle contractions to hydration to all sorts of performance benefits. When you marry creatine and magnesium, I see a lot of benefits coming from that. The only problem being here is that we only have 1,500 milligrams of it. Obviously, you know, for anything creatine, we're gonna want at least 3 grams. The benefit being, though, is that if you are using the stack from Axe Sledge, where you are mixing this with hydraulic, which I like to do whenever I use this product, I try to use hydraulic with it. Outside of the times that I just tested this on its own to give you guys my anecdotes on what it does on its own, I usually prefer to use it with hydraulic. You're getting a full 3 grams of it there. So I'm happy in that case. Unfortunately, if you're using this product on its own, you're not getting like an incredible dose. But if you're subscribing to the Axe Sledge family of products, you should probably be pushing them together. Moving forward into caffeine anhydrous. This is the first but more major dosage of caffeine in the product. We've got 350 milligrams. So that's obviously going to be above average on its own. It's kind of a high dose for a lot of people in the industry. I personally do not mind a higher dose caffeine, but you should be wary that if you are going to be taking this product and you are sensitive to caffeine, it does have a decent amount in there. This is going to definitely kick you. The other version, which is lower down, is Infinergy. We'll get to that in a little bit. We follow up caffeine anhydrous with 2 forms of choline here. We got choline bitartrate at 250 milligrams and alpha GPC at 200 milligrams. So we get a total of 450 milligrams of choline sources. I like to see the blend of the two of them. There's not a lot of studies on it, but I like to see choline bitartrate and alpha GPC put together. We've used this in a few different products, and I like the feeling that I get. I wish that we had a little bit more. We're just under half a gram of choline sources here. I like to have like a gram, but everyone's a little bit different, and I have actually taken so much choline, around like 1,200 milligrams, I actually get more brain fog. So cool with this because I have used it, and sometimes you gotta trust the formulator and use what they want you to be going for. I trust Patrick's dosaging on this, so I went with it, and I get a good amount of focus, mind-muscle connection with this product. If I wanted to be a perfectionist, I would say I'd like a little bit more, maybe 600, 800 milligrams of choline. However, it is what it is. I like the effects that I get. Just understand that, you know, if you are a nootropic expert, you might not be crazy about these dosages. The only other thing is that choline bitartrate here doesn't have a source listed for it. I don't know if it's the L or R isomer. The L is a little bit more bioavailable, a little bit more relevant to the human body, but choline source is a choline source no matter what. If you don't eat a lot of eggs, the egg yolk specifically, this is going to be good for you. So they put 100 milligrams of teacrine. Now, this is the teacrine 40%, so it is the tasteless creatine. They actually did a pretty good job of covering this up. Even the tasteless teacrine, I do not think tastes very good at all. So I have the HWMF flavor here, which they say tastes like America, feels like freedom. And I thought that it was actually pretty cool that they were able to cover up the teacrine. I don't personally notice the teacrine in the flavor when I take it. So teacrine is going to be another another stimulant, I guess you could call it. It's not really a CNS stimulant. It doesn't raise the heart rate or blood pressure, but it is going to keep you awake. It is going to give you more focus. Takes a little bit longer to kick in than caffeine and hydros for me, so you'll feel this like a little bit later on, but it carries me through the workout, which I'm a fan of. So teacrine is a pretty cool ingredient. I think that it hasn't shined as much since dynamine got really a lot of the attention, but it's still, I mean, it's not dead. I like it out there. So we follow that up with the second form of caffeine, which I mentioned before, Infinergy, which is a dicaffeine malate at 50 milligrams. This is about 75% caffeine by weight. So you're getting about 38 milligrams of caffeine here total. So it raises the full dosage of caffeine to about 388. I just can't do math today. Infinergy is going to be a longer lasting caffeine. I love it being added in with caffeine and hydros. I actually prefer a little bit more Infinergy than this because it gives me a really long lasting caffeine effect. What I find is that if you imagine your caffeine peaking in your body as like a curve, it kind of flattens the curve. I'm sorry if that was a trigger for this whole coronavirus thing, but it'll take that bell curve and flatten it out a little bit longer. So you have, you won't have that like insane middle of your workout where you have way too much caffeine in your body. It kind of spreads it out over the workout. So personally, I'm a big fan of the ingredient. It's helped me out a lot of times, so happy to see it in here and definitely have felt the effects taking the product. Moving into the last two ingredients, we have black pepper extract at 5 milligrams. This is going to be bioperin. This is really going to help with the absorption of all the ingredients in here. Unfortunately, we know that our digestive systems in America are not really all that great. If you are not taking really good care of your digestive system, you might not be absorbing all of the nutrients that you put into your body. Because of this, absorption enhancers help out a lot, making sure that the expensive ingredients that you are purchasing and mixing in your shaker bottle are actually being absorbed in your body. Bioperin has a lot of studies showing that it helps absorption overall. It's a pretty cheap additive to a product, so it doesn't really hurt to throw in with a pre-workout, with a multivitamin, whatever, just to help make sure those ingredients are being absorbed into your body. Toothed club moss. Standardized to 1% Huperzine A. You're getting 100 micrograms here. Huperzine A is an acetylcholine esterase inhibitor. Yeah, it inhibits acetylcholine esterase, which is the enzyme that breaks down acetylcholine in the body. So we're getting a decent amount of choline in here, which is going to then form acetylcholine in the body. You want Huperzine A to be preventing the breakdown of that. So not only do we have more acetylcholine, which helps fire muscles, helps with connections in the brain, helps with your focus, we are then making sure that that compound is not broken down at the same rate in the body, so it lasts longer. And this is especially important because training heavily and intensely actually depletes acetylcholine. So this is a very helpful thing to be putting in pre-workout to make sure that your focus is lasting through the workout. Simple yet effective product here. I personally really like it with the hydraulic because hydraulic brings in a lot more pump, whereas this is much more stim. I would use this alone on a leg day or like a heavy back deadlift day if I did not want a lot of pump. Deadlifts, squats, stuff like that can put blood in painful areas that might not be super pleasant during a workout. But for like an arm, chest, like a with back day, shoulder, stuff like that, I really want to be mixing it with hydraulic to get the biggest pump as possible. I've been a big fan of this. I've been using it for a couple weeks now. I've seen it on our story. I've been posting it pretty often. So anyway, guys, don't want to let this video go too long, but Big fan of Axe Sledge. I think there are a couple small areas where I personally would have improved this a little bit, but overall, I think you get a great bang for your buck here. You can use coupon code PricePlow to get a really nice pre-workout that does have a higher stim than probably what you're used to, and I think you're gonna feel that hard-working effect on yourself. So, thanks guys for watching. For all your other news, reviews, and interviews on Axe Sledge, you can go to priceplow.com/axe-and-sledge, and we'll have all of your stuff there. Or just leave a comment below. Ask me any questions. Thanks guys for watching, and have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.